Okay, we're going to have a quick run through of my latest place in Conan. This is my second attempt at doing this recording because the Windows one was no good, so I'm using the GeForce overlay one now, which seems to be a lot better. Anyway, this is my current build for Conan Exiles. The town is called Dixieland. It's because Dixie is the name of this character. Got some nice trees around the front, the normal trees, the ones that actually natively grow here, and then I'll put these big ones in along the front. All the Argosian style buildings, some nice big statues and torches and flames at the front. Coming inside, got some guards around the front here because I do leave everything open so people can come in and wander about and see things. Fountains over there, got fountains everywhere in this one, so some dogs guarding the place, greater hyenas with their food, statue of Conan of course. Got a guard tower up here, it goes around. There's a few guards here, they go right along the main wall through the gates, they go right over to the far side there. You can see you've got a fence along the top. Down here you've got the shrines of Ymir, and I've got the shrines to all the gods here. More statues. You see a lot of just stone foundation there. I've put that there to try and stop all the grass and stuff growing through, because unfortunately one thing Funcom haven't done is fix up where constantly all the grass pokes through everything. That sort of helps reduce it, doesn't get rid of it totally, but it sort of helps it. I've got some other planted trees like that one there. You see the little guard tower, just a bit of a lookout, and a tower here with some guards on it, a few crenulations for arrow shooting. Stairs. This is my tavern. One of the build sets that was added to the Oceanic Gamers Conan server was this. It's completely for building taverns with, and we'll come back and go through that later. I've got a mage tower here. This was another building set, and we'll go up into that. We've got the animal training cages here. I'll go up into that later. Map room. We've got our well with all the fishing gear in it. Because I'm not anywhere near a river, you can build a giant well, or any size water actually, and put all your fishing gear over the top of it, cages and stuff, and it will still act fully like it's out in the river. Got some pack animals, the elephants, the rhino. This was a greater rhino, but I added the food pack animal stuff to it. It turns him back into a normal rhino, unfortunately, so I left the black rhino as it was without putting the thing on him. More statues, the other side of the tavern. Again, we'll go back through that later. Over here we've got these portals. They don't seem to function at this point in time, so I think they're only aesthetic. They look good. It'll be nice if they do eventually function when whoever wrote this mod gets that going, but it looks like they're supposed to. They just don't function at this point in time. I have my stable over here. If I capture some more foals and put them in and grow some horses. The big lumber works here, of course. Another shrine, Jebel Sarg. Here's my stables here with the one and only horse that I've bothered doing so far this run. Got some lances there, and yeah, got him in some armour, all ready to go. You can make all the different armours here on the saddler's bench, of course, but I've only done the one horse so far. I haven't really got into the racing around on mounts this particular game. Mainly because the lances, like I've got the 3 lances I've built up here on the weapons team, they just don't do enough damage. They really need to get a really high-end damaged lance, because these ones are all a bit pathetic compared with what damage I can do with anything else. This run through, I've made all these little individual huts and made it like a little village. Rather than having all my tradie thralls just all shoved in one room with their gear, I've made them all their own little hut. So we have the artisans here. You can see the Oceanic artisans table there to make stuff with, plus the dismantling benches in here as well. My tannery working away in there. He's got a pet cat, or tiger I should say. He's in there working away. This is the alchemy area, probably the most used one of the lot, because I'm constantly here with either the godly enchanting table or making things on the fireball table. And I've got the spare one for all the potion mixing and everything like that. Coming down here, I've got my armourers. So I've got your basic armour for one sort of stuff, and then the improved armour. You do need both of them because they do slightly different things. So I do keep both of them all the time. I've got a cupboard full of different armour sets that I use. Yeah, that's the armour. Not much to him. A good old carpenter. He's mostly just doing arrows these days. So I have him here making my arrows. And of course the blacksmith. He's got the new crude blacksmith in there as well, which does all the really fancy weapons. Not as much as the godly enchantment table, but the ones previous to that. So I had my ravaging greatsword and stuff like that on that fella. The normal blacksmith to make all the normal weapons and bits and pieces that we need. They're all in here. And of course the forge itself. Two big forges are here. I sort of needed to build this bigger, but I didn't realise the forges are quite so big at the time. So yeah, I left it a bit open at the front, but just to fit it all in and make it look it's easy to get into. Around the corner here, I've got the horticulturist. There's something wrong with the clipping here at the moment. I am going through the floor instead of standing on the floor, but yeah, this is my growing herbs and stuff like that. He's a bit, I think I have to go out of the screen completely to another section of that and come back, and that will probably fix that. It's just not drawing up quite right. Here used to be the big wheel of pain. If you remember from the traditional Conan, they had the large wheels that Conan was pushing around. These things here. If I take that out, you can see what it is. 7. Yeah, see that big, huge wheel with guys on it pushing things around. But I recently got rid of that and just put in the new Age of Calamitous cage instead. Got no one in it at the moment, it's just a decoration because I've got pretty much all the thralls I need. I go up here. I got this great trellis here. I didn't think it was this big when I bought it. So it's so bloody big though. I just stuck it here and use it as a bit of a shade cloth in this area. Our map room, it's just teleport all over the place. Up the back here I've got a bit of a graveyard cemetery sort of thing. Green wall there, touch that and you die. So that's the very edge of the map on that section. Little spider over there. But it's just all decoration mainly. Here's another shrine. And one of my big vines up there on the hill. Some pets. These are the different pets you can get. More pets. They're all full of pets that you can have. I've got them all piled in different areas here. My beehive making some honey. There's a big cooker that I've cooked all the meat on. And the thrall feeders, they've got to feed our thralls. Some water. Temple of Set plus the extra statues. There's some dragon heads up there, the ones I've killed. Temple of Mitra, Frost giant, and it goes all inside. I've got more mines. The smaller mines are over here, the large mines up on the side. Got these little buff. These things give you a nice buff. You only touch one though. I made the mistake when I first built them of touching two, and it gives you a debuff, and it really hurts for a while. So you just got to make sure you only touch one, and you got to work out. I haven't worked out what they all do yet. I'll go through that eventually and get a buff for different things. I do know like the Orb of Blood gives you a +5 strength, I think it is. So yeah. Coming inside, this is my inside main house. Now before I used to just build the house and I used to put all the thralls through the different floors of the house, and that was it, left it all at that. This time I've decided to build them all differently, of course, and the house is mainly just a house now, kind of, I'll see what I mean. So it's all decorated downstairs here. Got my big skull throne over here. A few decorations. Down here is my treasure room, which I've made. Got bits of gold bars and coins everywhere, just all display really. And all my weapon racks. These are all the legendary weapons and stuff I've found around the place. And instead of just throwing them in a chest, I've actually mounted them all on the racks. These are my normal treasure chests, of course, with stuff in it that I use. I seem to have lost an axe somewhere, but I'll get back to that. Yeah, building stuff. There's just bits and pieces everywhere, but yeah, this is basically just the treasure room. This isn't real treasure, it's just a decoration that you can well, it is real because you have to use actual coins and actual gold bars to make it, but I mainly did it. I've got so many that it's not really a problem these days. As you can see, coins everywhere. And I just did it to a bit of a decoration. Looks good. People can't come into here, of course, the door's locked, but they can see it through the glass walls, which they can't smash. So it just looks like it should be a treasure room sort of thing. Now it's walled off here. Now this is how I get up into the second and third floor. This is locked to the public. No one can come into these areas. As you see, this is just the AOC thralls. They're all around here. This is what I used to always do in a building. Make a big area, put all my tradies around the place and leave them at that. But this time, like I said, I did it a bit differently. So I've got the AOC thralls around the place. A little bit of decoration. I haven't done a lot of decoration in these floors yet, but got the bedroom here with a dancer dancing away. A couple of pet cats in there. And upstairs again, I haven't decorated this much either. I've got a big light source from the phosphorus there, but this is mainly for cooking and storing foods and stuff like that. Because I make this stuff here, wilderness stew, and sell it on a vendor down in River Falls. I usually have this all just making food all the time, and that's about all it does. And my normal, the grinders and the squishers and the dryers and another little cook up here. So we'll get out of that area now because there's not much really up here that is of interest. Just all decoration stuff coming out through the trails. I've got these horns here. There's another fountain. They're actually quite loud. Right through the valley when they go off. They're quite loud indeed. I don't know if I said this is my all my selling trials. There's Bobby and Solanas. The ingredients trader, stuff like that. All those AOC guys, I've made them their own little hut. Come back up here. Go for a run in through the tavern. Got a nice big entrance, and this is all the outside part. Not when it's raining, and I didn't think it would rain here because I'm way down in this part of the desert of the map, but I must be close enough to the jungle that it does still cop the edge of the rain here. I suppose there is a little bit of greenery there, so yeah. So way down here on this this part, right next to the green wall, goes sort of across and through this way. Yeah. green wall, of course, will kill you if you touch it. It locks us into this room, this realm. Yeah, so I've got a cook on here on the fermentation barrel. You can make some wines and stuff for us, wine and beer and spirits. This is all part of the stuff that Oceanic added for, especially for tavern building. Took me a while to work it out, but I finally got there, and it comes out quite impressive. I was really happy with how all this turned out. Because you've got to make every individual thing. Because I've added things like the little flower planter there, and just all the decorations I've made up separately, the cups and everything. You do have to make every single thing individually yourself, so it's not just like plonk and it's done. You do make everything, cups, plates, there's a lot, candles. So I've made all the inside tavern here. I was quite happy how this came out actually. I've got the other waiter over there. You can buy stuff from her if you want. Some dancers, of course, and some seating. Put a big throne in here for myself to sit in if ever I'm logging out down this way. Proper bar, just some stuff that make it look good. It even, there's a wine rack there. It even had latrines in the bar stuff, so there's the latrines. I've got 3 of them here, and this is the unfinished part upstairs. This is the brothel. We got some dancing girls and stuff, of course, but the rooms are empty. As you see, there's quite a few rooms here. They will get decorated eventually, but we're waiting for Kim to put all the brothel decoration stuff back on. It's not even available yet. I think she'll get around to it eventually, and then I can finish off decorating this area up here. Yeah, so that's the tavern. I was really happy with how that came out. I think I started building at about 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. I finished about 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, trying to get it right. So yeah, it was a bit of a work, that's for sure, trying to get it all together. But yeah, it came out good. I was pretty happy with that. So you see the town more over in the background there. This here though is the Mage Tower. Again, it was a new pack that Oceanic added called Mage Tower Buildings, and I put it together just to see what it would come out like, and it was pretty good. I've got a little block over on that wall, so you can't go walking off the edge there. Again, you got the main buildings, and all the rest are just planted stuff from the decoration menus that you can do. So yeah, basically the set gives you the building pieces, the walls and floors and stuff, and the rest you do yourself out of all the stuff you can build. I did build the stairwell out of glass and normal materials, because I found if I had everything as glass, it got a bit too bright and shiny in here, so I had to knock some of the brightness down a bit, otherwise it was just blinding. Anyway, so I've got the stairs up here to the first floor. Yeah, as you see, I'm just trying to set it up so it looks like a Mage Tower. Yeah, it's got bookshelves and books and globes and stuff everywhere. The thralls that are here are actual mages. They're not just normal archers and fighters and stuff. I did go out and get the mages from Felgarth and Elves. So I think this guy's a fire mage. Yes, he is. So they will cast spells if they ever get attacked here, and they let their spells go. It looks quite impressive when they're in full flight. So there's huge fireballs going off and lightning bolts and things like that. This guy's a fire mage as well. Yeah. Again, just different decorations. And I think she's an elf. Eleanor, not elf. Okay, she's Eleanor. And she's an air mage, so there'll be lightning bolts going off. Yeah, a lot of things are just little decorations, like this, the magic mirror. Looks impressive, doesn't actually do anything, it's just a decoration. I've still got to find another mage for the top floor yet. I haven't got anyone up here, but like I said, all this you have to put in yourself. The books, the scroll cases and everything I've had to make and put in myself, so there's quite a bit of work into this as well. The good old skull candle on the table. Up here's a telescope up here. This top floor is a bit too thin to do anything with. Like I first tried the tower only this wide. Excuse me. But you couldn't really put stairs or anything in it. It wasn't wide enough to do anything. But I wanted a top tower to reach up a bit higher. So what I ended up doing was making that floor up there and putting the big bonfire on both of them. And what that does effectively, you may not be able to see it, you get the windows up there, because you get so much light from the bonfires flowing through it, it looks really quite impressive at night. It reflects off all the surrounding rock walls and stuff like that, and gives a good light source to this whole area over here. I'll go back down the bottom here and see if we can see up to it. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see from the distance, but you can see that the lights are actually coming out of those windows. But yeah, at night time it looks quite impressive. I'll just go out the front here, see if we can get a better view from over here. Sounds like some imps want to eat me. I heard one somewhere. Oh, he's gone now. Anyway, not to worry. No, righto, he's not coming. Righto. I'll just climb up here and see if we can get a better look at everything. Righto. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. So you can see there's a big wall along here to stop the thralls. This place is only made for the PvE environment, because we've only got to defend against NPCs in this particular area. Down here on the map, it's only going to be imps and something really, maybe shellbacks or something. There's not much here, so it didn't have to be a completely PvP person-proof area. And people can't steal on PvE servers, so which is good. It lets us just make things and open them up so people can actually wander through and have a look at what some of the decorations might look like if they want to use them themselves or whatever. Because some of them are quite expensive to make, so yeah. And it gives people an idea. Look, you can see that tower over there, how the lights come out. And this is in the daytime, so at night time it really looks quite well. It reflects off all the cliffs there. Yeah. So that's my build for Conan for this particular run. Rather than just building the big house and keeping everything in it, putting a wall around it, I've decided to do the whole township and decorations and everything, tavern and a lot. Yeah, so that's it. Rightio.